Hi friends, and welcome to my channel Bodhi Speak. These days, we hear a lot about global warming and carbon emission, with dire warnings being given by many experts around the globe. In the United Nations Climate Change Conference in December 2015, 196 countries agreed on targets for reduction of carbon emission. At the other end of the spectrum, we also hear claims that climate change is a hoax. Most famous among them, of course, is the newly inaugurated president of the US, Donald Trump, who said that the whole concept of global warming was a hoax perpetrated by the Chinese to make US manufacturing industries uncompetitive. One of the main contributors of existing carbon emission is, of course, the fuel that is burnt by vehicles all around the world, which has led to a gradual move towards electric and hybrid cars. Again, there are those who say that electric cars are not necessarily reducing the carbon footprint, but possibly increasing it. So is that really the case? Let's explore. The manufacturing of electric cars result in higher carbon emissions than fuel-based cars. Besides, electric cars use, electricity, which also has its own carbon footprint. So do these two factors entirely negate whatever benefit there is to be derived by using electric cars from a carbon emission point of view? Well, it's not entirely black or white. There are a lot of shades of grey in this argument. Even accounting for the higher carbon footprint from manufacturing, the benefits of going electric are not evenly shared all across the globe. Although it is well understood that electric cars have the potential to reduce carbon emission, it essentially boils down to how the electricity is generated. Using coal-powered electricity does absolutely nothing in reducing the carbon footprint of the planet. However, it's a totally different ballgame when electricity is generated using low carbon sources like water, natural gas, or nuclear energy. With low carbon generated electricity, despite the higher emission from manufacturing, an electric car cuts the carbon emission by more than half than your most efficient petrol or diesel car. Carbon emission in countries where coal dominates electricity generation can be as high as 4 times in countries using low carbon power. To drive the point home, would you believe that Paraguay leads the world in terms of using low carbon sources to generate electricity? In fact, its entire electricity comes from hydropower. On the contrary, more than 70% of India's electricity is generated using coal-powered plants. As a result, an electric car in Paraguay results in 70 grams of carbon dioxide emission per kilometer, and that figure zooms up to whopping 370 grams per kilometer in India. In fact, in Paraguay, the 70 grams of carbon dioxide emission is entirely from the manufacturing process. The additional 300 grams in India is from the coal that gets fired to generate electricity. Let's look at this in a different way, in terms of fuel economy of the petrol or diesel cars. In India, where bulk of the electricity is coal-based, petrol or diesel cars would be a better option from a carbon emission perspective if the fuel economy is over 20 miles per gallon or 8.5 kilometers per liter. And most cars in India would have a mileage or fuel economy better than that. Therefore, in India, it would be better to have conventional petrol or diesel cars. Unless, of course, India changes its source of electricity to low carbon ones. Now compare this to Paraguay, where the fuel economy or mileage of petrol cars has to be 218 miles per gallon or 93 kilometers per liter for them to be a better option than electric cars. Therefore, the decision to go electric is a no-brainer in Paraguay. Other countries where switching over to electric cars would make a lot of carbon sense are Iceland Sweden, Brazil, France, and Canada. Countries like the US, UK, and Germany sit somewhere in between. In a nutshell, there is no one-size-fits-all solution on whether to go down the electric car route, and the answer would differ from country to country. And that's all from me for today. I would request you to like the video and share it with your friends if you found the information interesting. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I will see you soon, and thanks for watching.